I tasted metal before I felt the pain. Blood pooled at the corner of my mouth, warm and thick. My shoulder hung uselessly at my side, every movement a stab of white heat. He was still shouting, my brother-in-law, his face twisted in something between rage and triumph. And my sister, she just stood there, arms crossed, voice cold. You should have signed the mortgage. It wasn't shock that froze me, it was recognition. This wasn't sudden. This was the end of something that had been rotting for years. I dragged myself to my parents' door that night, half stumbling, half crawling, each step grinding my bones against each other. I remember knocking, my mother's face at the door, the way she gasped, then darkness. When I woke up in the hospital, the smell of antiseptic stung my nose. The police officer at the foot of my bed had that look, the one they get when something's worse than the report says. My mother told me later they'd taken photos, my swollen face, my bruised ribs. My shoulder popped out of place like a broken toy. The assault was bad, but what came after? That's what no one expected. I'd known Daniel, my sister's husband, for 8 years. The first time we met, he'd charmed everyone. My parents said he was solid, dependable. I'd believed it too. He'd helped me move once, carried boxes, told me how much he respected family loyalty. The first crack showed 2 years ago. They asked me to co-sign a mortgage. Their dream house. I said no. I couldn't afford the risk. My sister's smile tightened. Daniel's eyes went flat. From that day, the warmth between us cooled. Family dinners became shorter. Messages went unanswered. They stopped inviting me to gatherings unless my parents insisted. I noticed money talk was always pointed, little digs about those who don't help their own. The night of the assault, Daniel had cornered me in their kitchen after my sister's birthday dinner. He'd been drinking. His words slurred, but his intent was sharp. "You think you're better than us?" he hissed. "You sit on your little pile of savings while we drown." I turned to leave. That's when he grabbed my arm, twisted. My shoulder gave way with a sickening pop. I hit the floor. His fist met my face. Twice. My sister's voice cut through the haze, not to stop him, but to deliver that single, unforgettable sentence. "You should have signed the mortgage." I didn't scream. I didn't fight back. Not then. Because I was already planning. Revenge isn't about rage. Rage burns out. Revenge requires patience, precision, and a smile sharp enough to cut. The first thing I did from my hospital bed was press charges. Not just assault, aggravated assault, with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. The police already had my statement. The photos were evidence. And thanks to hospital security footage, they had him on tape, storming out, covered in my blood. Then I spoke to a lawyer. Civil suit. Pain and suffering, loss of income, medical bills. I wanted his wages garnished for years. But money was just one piece. The real play was quieter. I knew about the debts, the late credit card payments, the missed car installments. I'd kept my distance from their finances, but I had enough details to point the right people in the right direction. A phone call here, an anonymous tip there. Creditors started calling more often. The bank flagged their account. At the same time, I made sure my sister's job knew the truth. HR departments don't like drama, especially not the kind involving police reports and court summons. She was let go within a month. By the time the trial came, they were already drowning. And the courtroom was my stage. I walked in wearing a sling. The bruises faded but visible under a thin layer of makeup. I didn't look at him when I took the stand. I spoke clearly, every detail measured. The jury heard about the assault, the threats, the coldness of my sister's words. Daniel tried to glare me down. It didn't work. The verdict? Guilty. 18 months. The day they took him away, my sister sat in the back of the courtroom. No makeup, hair unwashed. She didn't meet my eyes. That night, I sent her one message. Family loyalty, right? She didn't reply. I wish I could say I felt triumphant immediately. Truth is, revenge is quieter than people imagine. It's not fireworks. It's the slow satisfaction of watching someone who thought they were untouchable realize the ground under them is gone. 3 months into his sentence, their house was repossessed. I didn't lift a finger. Just let the debts, the missed payments, the bad credit do their work. My sister moved back in with my parents. We don't speak. People ask if I regret it, if I miss her. I miss the sister I thought I had, the one who would have stood between me and a fist, not behind it. But that sister never existed. I see that now. Last week, I walked past the courthouse. A different case was in session, but the smell, the echo,